celestial beings, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Celeste Simone, and I offer pick a card tarot readings just like this one, as well as other spiritual guidance videos and heart-centered energy healing. So if that is something that you are interested in, please be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join our family of celestial beings. Welcome back to another one of my 31 days of Halloween pick a card tarot readings. So I'm so happy that you have joined me for another one of these readings. Today we have a very serious reading because, as we all know, being ghosted by somebody is one of the most painful and difficult things to go through, especially when you have no idea why they ghosted you. So that's why for today's pick a card reading, we're going to be answering that question and figuring out why the heck did they ghost you to begin with. So if you're as excited as I am to tap into their energy and figure out why did they ghost you, then go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up and let's dive into these piles. Pile number 1 is a cauldron. Pile number 2 is a pumpkin. Pile number 3 is the owl. And pile number 4 is the ghost. So now that you're taking a close-up look at each one of these piles, you can pause the video if you need to find out which pile or piles most resonate with you. Once you have found your pile, you can head on down into the description box below where I've posted the timestamps for each one of these readings, so you can easily head on over to your reading. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so keep the messages that resonate with you and leave the rest. Those are most likely messages for somebody else who also chose that pile, but I do believe that everything happens for a reason, so be sure to watch the reading all the way through to the end so you receive the message or messages that drew you to that pile. All right, with that said, let's not waste any more time. I will see you over at your reading. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 1. I have your pile right here, so let's not waste any more time. Let's dive on into this reading and find out why they ghosted you. We have the 4 of Imps or Wands, the Lovers, we have the 7 of Ghosts in reverse, and we have the 9 of Imps or Wands in reverse. Okay, so I see that this person really had a good time with you right off the bat with your connection, with the relationship. You maybe even met them at a celebration or a party of some kind, and you really hit it off just right away. I see with the Lovers card that there was like a deep feeling of instant, almost like love at first sight, or even if not at first sight, just like very quickly you guys fell in love even, that this was a really strong and powerful connection that the both of you had. Now, I feel like this person, this individual, even though they were in love with you, or even though they were having a good time in the relationship and that you guys were really connecting, maybe even at like a soul level, you guys were connecting very quickly. I do see that with the 7 of Ghosts and the 9 of Imps. I feel as though this person got caught up in their head about things. I feel like they got caught up in kind of like the things that they could be getting in another partner, you know, like having fears or something like that, where they were almost like thinking like all the things that could go wrong or all the things that they would be missing out on almost. Like, to me, this energy, and with the 9 of Wands as well, I'm just seeing somebody who just kind of lost their courage in overcoming like fears, in overcoming like inner fears of, and not even in like finding another partner. I'm finding that this is in them feeling as though settling down would actually restrict them from doing what they wanted to do, or achieving things they wanted to achieve, or something like that. It's almost like they got caught up in these false ideas of kind of like what they would be missing out on, and it like they chickened out almost is what I'm getting, especially with the 9 of Wands. It's almost like they weren't able to have the courage to like persevere and overcome their own inner fears and the things that they were almost like thinking about, but that wasn't really reality, because the 7 of Cups usually represents things that more are like ideas rather than actual things that are going to create problems or anything like that. But it's almost like they just kind of got caught up in wild thoughts about things that were either going to go wrong or just things they were missing out on in a weird way, you know, because I do feel like the emotions and the feelings that they had for you were actually real, and that's what scared them. You know, I do see for this person, they were almost like afraid of how much they were feeling towards you because of this Lover's energy, and because of that they kind of chickened out. So I feel like they didn't, you know, they didn't rise to the challenge, really, is what I'm seeing. Okay, and next we have simplicity, curiosity, and imagination. Yeah, they got caught up in there's these kind of like imaginary thoughts or assumptions about themselves. It was really almost like it's very like a selfish thing that they ghosted you, because I feel like they were caught up in their own imagination about what would happen, but it really didn't have to do with you as much as it had to do with themselves and what like they would be missing out on. I also see with curiosity and simplicity, I feel that, you know, they probably overcomplicated things in their head, and really things were fine, things were very simple, but they almost got too, it's like they got too caught up in their own thoughts and in their own ideas of things, and they got overwhelmed, even though it was very simple, even though, you know, the relationship didn't have to get overcomplicated like that. And I see with curiosity, this is that energy that I'm feeling of, they almost like were curious what they were missing out on. You know, this could be with other relationships too, where they thought like, oh, I'm gonna miss out on something else that a person I haven't met yet. So they're always like thinking of like what's the next bigger, better thing, kind of an idea in their head, which really is kind of not a great way of looking at things, because when you connect with somebody like they did with you with the Lover's energy, you would think they would want to hold on to that and not let that go. But instead they, as I mentioned, they got caught up in their imagination and like made a big deal out of nothing is what I'm seeing. So I'm super sorry, you guys. You know, as I mentioned, like getting ghosted is one of the hardest things, because it just kind of leaves you wondering why. And I just feel like with this person, it kind of was a selfish move. I feel like whenever you get ghosted, that is kind of a selfish move in general, unless it was legit like by accident or something like that. But in this case, I do feel like they just kind of like got caught up in their own, what would benefit them, versus kind of like having you in mind when they did what they did. Okay, now these next cards are going to let us know basically, you know, your energy and what you're bringing into your life despite this happening. So we have abundance, balance, and trust. So it is important to make sure that you don't lose trust in everybody. You know, having balance in your life as well is important right now, but I feel an abundance. So I feel for you guys, you know, this is a good energy with abundance. I feel like you are going to bring in some more, I feel like you are going to manifest or bring in with your energy more abundance for your life, and balance is key right now for you in what you're doing. You know, don't push yourself too hard. But yeah, you know, this is really going to be a challenge to overcome as far as trust goes, because with the Lover's energy, I feel like you really did put your trust in them and they did love you. You know, there was love there. That wasn't a lie. That wasn't fake. It's just this person wasn't in the right headspace or wasn't mature enough to commit and move forward, or whatever. You know, maybe they just weren't in the right place in their life. You know, no shade to them if that's just what happened. That's just where they were at in their life right now. They maybe could have handled it a little differently, but you know, to each their own. But ultimately, I feel like this could affect your trust. So I do feel that's why the cards are letting you know, hey, make sure you have balance and know that this person, you know, this wasn't a lie per se. This wasn't that the person wasn't actually feeling strongly about you, or that you didn't actually have a connection with this person. It just was that they were unable to commit to be somebody for you. And in the long run, this is going to benefit you because you're in a place of abundance right now. I feel like I just feel like you're in a much better place than they are. I feel like you're more stable. You are more balanced than they are. And so therefore, I feel like, you know, you're going to come out of this for better, and, you know, they're going to still be struggling with their own fears, with their own doubts about decisions that they're making, whereas you're going to have this balance and be a trustworthy person too. You know, you're going to be, and you're going to find somebody who you can actually trust to be there and not, you know, ghost you. So group one, that is going to do it for your reading. I hope these messages were helpful to you. Please let me know if you did enjoy this reading by giving it a thumbs up and commenting down below. I would appreciate that so much. And if you have not done so already, but you did enjoy this reading, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our family of celestial beings so that you can also follow along with us for the 31 days of Halloween tarot pick a card readings. Last but not least, if you would like a personal reading, you can find a list of all the readings I offer on my website celestesimone.com, which is linked in the description box below. That is going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 2. I have your pile right here, so let's not waste any more time. Let's find out why they ghosted you. We have the King of Bats, the Six of Ghosts, the Death card, and we have the Strength card in reverse. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing with the King of Bats that this individual maybe came on very strong, or they were very, almost like they pursued you. And I also see with the Six of Ghosts as well. This could be somebody from your past even as well, maybe like an old friend or somebody who you reconnected with, an old flame maybe, or just somebody who, you know, came from your past and really pursued you in a lot of ways. Now I see with the Death card, now this could either be simply the ghosting itself of them just like leaving without a trace, or just not answering your calls or your texts and just ghosting you. But I also feel like there may be something that happened in that person's life that was maybe very serious and very sudden, and it may have come at them like unexpectedly, because the Death card does represent a very powerful ending. It doesn't really necessarily represent death per se, but maybe they did experience a death in their family, or you know, most of the time this just means that there was a big change in their life, something sudden and unexpected that was pretty major in their life. And I am seeing with the Strength card in reverse that they may be just dealing with that right now. So I feel as though either way, whatever it was, I just feel like this has nothing to do with you per se. I don't feel like this was purposely done to you. And I also don't feel as though this person, maybe, I feel like they still have feelings for you still. I feel like they may even come back into your life with the Six of Ghosts or Cups. I feel this person may actually come back because they may just be going through something right now with the Strength card that is really challenging them and almost making it impossible for them to like deal with a relationship. So just keep that in mind, you know, whether or not they're from your past or whether or not you're going to be seeing them once again. I do feel that this person is being honest with you, because I do see with the King of Swords energy, this is somebody who is honest, who is upfront, and who is communicative. So if they've ghosted you and you feel like what the heck happened, I feel like you may eventually get the answer that you need directly from them. Or I just feel like once they get past whatever they're working through right now, if you know, if this has only been a short amount of time and they're just kind of working through something, then they could actually return and come back and say, hey, you know, this is what happened. So just keep in mind, maybe they're struggling through something with family, or struggling, you know, with something that happened unexpectedly for them. So next we have Hypnosis, we have Maturity, and we have Velocity. So I'm getting this sense that this person is going through something that is going to mature them and is going to bring about some swift change within them between maturity and velocity. I almost feel like them rushing back into your life almost for some of you. I do feel like that is a possibility. You know, whatever you resonate with, if you want to reconnect with this person, even though, you know, they ghosted you, maybe they have a legitimate reason for that. But either way, I feel like they are learning to be mature. I do feel like they're you know, they are with the King of Bats, the King of Swords energy. I do feel like this is a mature person. I don't feel like they're like incapable of saying what they mean. And I feel like there's just something interesting happening here that I'm not sure, maybe they're, you know, dealing with, again, family things, or something for them is coming up from the past that they're having to deal with and cope with. Because I see between the Death and the Strength card, these are both major arcana cards. And I feel as though I feel as though that this is something that is very powerful in their life right now, something that is happening to them at a soul level that is actually growing them and causing them to find their own inner strength in a powerful way. And it definitely happened to them very quickly with velocity. I almost feel too there's this hypnosis energy right here, and I'm just wondering, I feel like I'm just trying to connect hypnosis. There's almost something that is going on in their life where they may even be tricked themselves, where they may be trying to find out the truth about something themselves. I also feel like you may feel as though you've been tricked by them and feel as though they were being dishonest to you. So with the Swords energy and maturity, I just feel that this person was actually being honest with you and that they pursued you because they were honestly interested in you. And I feel like, you know, there's going to be almost like growth that happens within them, and they're going to mature and maybe even at least answer you back and just say like what happened and have a good conversation with that air energy coming in for communicating with them and communication in general. Okay, and next we have celebration, shadow self, and choice. So this energy of these three cards is just representing where you're at in and kind of what you're manifesting in general and your energy surrounding this. And I feel like between celebration, shadow self, and choice, you know, this choice energy is letting me know that this person may actually come back into your life, and you may have to choose and decide whether or not you want them back in your life again. So yeah, that's definitely kind of something that I'm feeling for many of you. Celebration, shadow self, I feel like this is a time too, I feel like you are going to see some positive results from this. And I feel like too, maybe you did meet them at some kind of gathering or something like that, but for many of you I feel like it's going to be, once this hypnosis, once this misunderstanding, even this kind of almost like you were feeling you were misled and betrayed, I feel like there's a celebration as a result. Like you're going to actually get the answer back that you were asking for. And with shadow self, you yourself may be healing stuff as well as them at the same time. So in your separation, in your time apart, I feel like you are, you know, working through some shadows within yourself. And on the other side of it, again, you're going to know, do I want to choose this person? Is this person right for you? And for some of you, this person may be right for you and that may resonate. And for others, you may realize, you know, no, I don't want to, you know, be with this person anymore. But I feel like this time where you are working on your shadow self is really important for you to then be able to have a clear choice and to trust in your intuition and make an intuitive choice about it. But celebration to me is just saying that if you are taking this really hard, which of course, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you know, I'm super sorry that, you know, this person ghosted you, because it's super painful when you're just like wondering why and why this person would do that. It's really an unfair way of blocking somebody out of your life after having a relationship with them. But I feel like with celebration that you're going to actually be going through a time of celebration. So a time of positivity and things to be happy about, things to be grateful for as well. Whether or not it's this person coming back into your life, I feel like you're going to regain that sense of happiness and joy and celebration. So group 2, that is going to do it for your reading. I really hope that these messages were helpful to you. If you did enjoy this reading, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below to let me know. I would appreciate that so much. If you have not done so already, but you did enjoy this reading, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our family of celestial beings. That way you can follow along with my 31 days of Halloween tarot pick a card readings. Last but not least, if you would like a personal reading, you can find my personal readings listed on my website, celestesimone.com, which is linked in the description box below. That is going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 3. I have a pile right here, so let's not waste any more time. Let's find out why the heck did they ghost you. We have the 8 of Pumpkins in reverse. We have the 6 of Imps, the 8 of Ghosts, and the Star card. Okay, you guys, right away I'm feeling with the Eight of Pumpkins or Pentacles, I feel that this person felt like it was just too much work, that they didn't want to put any more work or effort into the relationship anymore. And I feel like they kind of just gave up in a lot of ways too, and just felt like they had to like detach and walk away. I do see that this really did emotionally affect them. I feel like they feel guilty about it. I also feel like they're, you know, they're definitely feeling sad about it and feeling bad about it emotionally, but for them they're just kind of walking away. You know, it's one of these things where they just don't want to deal with it anymore, so they're just bailing rather than like figuring out and coping and working together with you. They're just kind of like, they're just bailing. I also see with the Six of Imps that they're kind of like just going back to their friends, and I feel like maybe their friends influenced them as well to just kind of like move on from this and not you know, I kind of get the sense that maybe their friends also really encourage them, because their friends maybe talk them into it in some ways. I don't want to just like throw them under the bus, but I feel like just from the Six of Imps or Wands, I almost get the sense from this image and this card itself, this kind of like they're just going to just walk away, and their friends are just kind of like encouraging them to just like give it up and move on. I do feel though that this whole experience for them, as I mentioned, it's not that they don't feel guilt or shame about it. There is emotion there. There is, you know, that feeling of sadness about not being able to deal with it anymore or work on it. And I see with the Star card as well, I think for them, they're gonna have a big awakening because of kind of the relationship they have with you. They're gonna gain some clarity on something about themselves in a higher sense. I feel like this is going to be a lesson for them in a lot of ways, where they're going to realize something about themselves. They're going to gain clarity. They're going to see the truth of the situation about themselves. You know, I feel like they're not just going to get off the hook completely, even though they think they're just going to be able to just like walk away and nothing's going to happen. I do feel like they're going to learn from this, that they're going to realize, you know, what they should have done even. Now this may cause them to do the right thing and actually answer back finally and just say like what happened and why they want to be over with it. But ultimately I'm just feeling like for them, they just want to they just want to like have fun with their friends. And this was like getting in the way of that. The relationship was like getting in the way of them just like being carefree and having fun and not having to deal with, you know, with another person in their life. Because that is part of a relationship. You know, you have to help the other person out. You guys work through things together. So if that person really wanted a relationship, they should have kind of known that, you know, part of that relationship, there is going to be times where they need to work on the relationship and put the time and energy into it. And instead, maybe they just weren't ready for that, and they just walked away, or they just kind of, you know, kind of like took initiative in their minds. They felt like, well, I'm just gonna like take the initiative and just like move on, and they could have done it in a better way for sure. So let's take a look at further messages. We have a mystery, courage, and dialogue. So I feel as though that right now it may feel like a mystery, but I am getting again that they could actually answer you back with the Star energy. They could actually finally come around to realizing that they should probably just give you some kind of information, some kind of response back, even if that doesn't mean that you guys are getting back together per se, but they should at least talk to you. And I feel like too, it's like they're gaining the courage to finally talk to you again. And right now they're just trying to not deal with it. Like they're just unable to, again, like work through it or deal with things that you maybe have had conversations about, and rather than being capable of dealing with those things, they just, you know, ghosted you. But I do feel like they may actually talk to you again with dialogue, and I feel like they're just kind of, right now, there's a mystery surrounding them. I feel like they don't know how to handle this, and with the Star energy, this is coming through, as I mentioned, for them to gain clarity, and they're gonna have the courage to just answer you back at least and give you like a response, which is the least I feel like somebody could do when they're saying, you know, they no longer want to want to be with you, or at least give somebody like an answer and have that conversation, because it can be really painful if you never get that information and you're just wondering like what the heck happened. So as I mentioned, you know, like getting ghosted is one of the worst things or most painful things you can go through. So I'm really sorry that that happened to you. I totally understand how that could be really painful. And next we have faith, power, and kindred spirits. Okay, so this energy is surrounding you, group 3. These cards are representing kind of where you're at in this situation, and also kind of moving forward what you can expect as well. So I do see that you are in your power, and have faith in your own abilities to heal, to overcome this. Have faith in yourself and who you are and your integrity. You may feel like you've had to be the bigger person in a lot of ways, and I feel like that's where your power is at. You know, your power is in the sense, it is in the fact that you were able to not just back down, not just walk away from something like this person did. You know, they didn't have the courage to actually face you and be honest with you, and so therefore I feel like you have that power. You should feel confident in yourself, and that's going to really help you to find your kindred spirit. So I'm not sure, you know, for some of you this may be this person coming back into your life, which is really up for you to decide and what you resonate with. You know, this may be unforgivable for you when you finally do have this conversation, but I feel like this conversation is going to lead you to either understand for sure, or to either moving on to your next relationship, which will be with a kindred spirit of yours, a soulmate, something really important and something really great. But I feel as though, you know, for many of you, I just feel that this person may not be your kindred spirit, but it just may be a learning experience for both of you, like a growing experience. You're probably, you know, used to relationships, and it's just, you know, this is just another way that you've been challenged and you've learned to kind of grow and overcome it and find your power again. So not saying that you already don't have this experience, but this again was just another experience to kind of teach you, help you to understand yourself better, help you to know what is best for you and who you resonate with. And I feel like the next relationship for you is going to be with a soulmate or a kindred spirit, somebody who's going to actually be there for you and not bail and ghost you like this person did. Okay, group 3, that is going to do it for your reading. I hope these messages were helpful to you moving forward. If you did enjoy this reading, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and comment down below to let me know. I would appreciate that so much. And if you did enjoy this reading, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and join our family of celestial beings. That way you can also follow along with my 31 days of Halloween tarot pick-a-card readings, which I would love for you to join me for the entire month of October. Last but not least, if you would like a personal reading, you can find my personal readings listed on my website, celestesimone.com, which is linked in the description box below. That is going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon. Bye for now. Hello, all my beautiful celestial beings who chose pile number 4. I have your pile right here. Let's not waste any more time and dive right into your reading so we can find out why this person ghosted you. So we have the Ace of Pumpkins in reverse, we have the 8 of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the 10 of Pumpkins in reverse. So I feel like for this individual, there was something to do with a new opportunity or money or financial situation, or some kind of, you know, new career, something like that. I feel like with the 8 of Wands too, it was almost like news or new information came in, and also like new fortune for them. So maybe they got some money or something like that, but something that was given to them financially or in the physical, in other words, like a new job or career or opportunity, caused them to just kind of ghost you or not let you know about it. And they just kind of like maybe just took the opportunity and didn't feel like explaining it to you almost, or feel like sharing that with you, that information, because I just feel like with the Ace of Pumpkins or Pentacles, that this was like a new opportunity for them. And the 8 of Wands seems to, and Wheel of Fortune, it's almost like they're they lucked out with something and they were able to accomplish it or achieve it, and their success made them, I almost feel like their success made them feel like they were too good for you, or feel like they didn't want a relationship anymore because they were kind of like in this place of they're kind of like too cool for anybody kind of a thing, or too cool for like a relationship. So I feel like this may be why they ghosted you. This opportunity may also just have been something that they didn't feel like sharing with anybody else, or letting you know. But ultimately, I do feel like with the 10 of Pumpkins in reverse, it's almost something that is like bittersweet, because they may end up with a ton of money or a ton of you know, fortune, something like having to do with wealth. But I just don't feel like they're going to be happy necessarily with the 10 of Pumpkins in reverse. I almost feel like there's a part of this where they're just kind of too focused on material wealth, or like material things in general. They're just too focused on it, and they're too focused on it as their like self-image almost. So those are the initial messages I'm getting. Let's keep going with the oracle cards. We have fidelity, date, and propel. So what's interesting too is, you know, this may have been something where this person, it's almost like this person made it seem like they were very committed after even just one date. But it's interesting how propel is almost saying that they're, and I see this fancy car on propel too. I feel like they are, yeah, it's almost like they are just so focused on their career. Now, for some of them, maybe this is, you know, unintentional. Maybe they just got caught up in work and they just work too hard. And they really, you know, they really need to focus on the people in their life. But I feel like they just are not making your priority, but instead they're making, you know, fancy cars, and this kind of image of them being successful and wealthy is their main priority, and you almost may come like second to that. So yeah, with fidelity, I just feel, I wonder if they were being committed to you too, and if they just cut you out because maybe they weren't being faithful, maybe they're not really trustworthy people, so maybe a good thing that they are out of your life. Okay, and next we have intention, healing, and we have nature. So this energy, I set the intention that these cards would represent your energy in the situation, and also kind of where you're headed. I feel like right now is a time where you are going to be setting new intentions for your future. I feel too like you're recognizing their intentions in the situation. I feel like this person may be just kind of superficial in their priorities. They may have taken you on like a really fancy date and put all the stops to make you feel like they cared about you, but they probably, I feel like they used money a lot, or just like tried to show off their money in a lot of ways. And I feel like you right now, you're going to be healing. This is a time for you to just heal, to go in nature. And with nature too, I feel like you're connecting with your divine feminine energy, whether or not you're male or female. I feel like nature is the Mother Earth energy. So it's important to take some time to heal and reconnect with your inner nature, your higher self. And I feel like you have positive intentions. Your intentions are pure, I feel. And I feel as though too that, you know, because of that, maybe this person took advantage of that in the beginning, but I feel like now you're healing, you're going to know better. You're going to have the intuitive knowledge to know, you know, people's true intentions. And I feel like your power is going to come from nature and from connecting with your higher self, your intuition. So right now is a good time to set intentions, and even maybe write in your journal the type of person that you do want to attract into your life, because I know this can be super painful, you know, healing during this time is going to be so important, because when somebody ghosts you, it can be super painful. It's something that can be really hard to even heal from, because you just kind of lose your trust in other people, and you kind of wonder like, was this real, and how could this person do that? And you also wonder like what was wrong. But I feel as though, you know, for you, it's really a time for you to heal and connect with yourself, your inner self. Your intentions were good, and this person just was selfish. I feel like this person just is, you know, full of themselves in like a material way, and they're just kind of lost right now. You know, this is just where they're at in their life, and I feel like they're going to find that all the money in the world is not going to make them happy. But you guys, you know, you are on a better path and your intentions are pure. So maybe just journal, figure out who you would like to attract into your life next. And I feel like this is going to be really super positive and super cleansing, a super cleansing time in your life to then shift your energy and bring in that person, that ideal person that you want. When you set your intentions to heal and to, you know, bring in the right person, it's going to happen for you guys. That is the energy these cards are telling me. Okay, group 4, thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I really hope these messages were helpful to you. If you did enjoy them, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below to let me know if it did resonate with you. If you have not done so already, but you did enjoy this reading, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our family of celestial beings, and also to follow along with my 31 days of Halloween tarot pick-a-card readings that will be happening throughout the month of October on my channel. So I hope you will come back and join me for that. Last but not least, if you would like a personal reading, you can find a link to my website, celestesimone.com, in the description box below, where I list all of my readings. That is going to do it for this reading. I hope to see you back again soon, but bye for now.